I'd definitely say, Doug, working with him and through the implementation phase, just very accommodating and very genuine, very a great teacher. Just somebody that I think was really great to work with throughout the entire implementation phase, and was just understanding of what we were looking for, and I think went above and beyond what we thought the system was going to give us because of his being a part of the implementation phase. So I think that was the biggest thing that stood out during the implementation phase. We would meet not weekly, maybe bi-weekly or sometimes monthly, and he would show us everything he's been working on for the last month, and we would be like, okay, cool, like this is really happening, And after every month or every meeting, there would be just kind of some homework assignments for, okay, Grant, you're going to go take this. And we had a core group of about 5 or 6 people that would all take a little bit here and there. And especially Kay, who had since retired, we actually hired her back to be a consultant and kind of independent contract on working just in Beck. Which was really cool because she's one of the most methodical estimators that I've ever been with, and with her being a huge part of the assembly build, it was able to really capture her mindset and her legacy, for lack of a better term, in those assemblies, and now everybody gets a little bit of piece of that, even though she's now retired. So yeah, the back and forth was super easy. I think that it definitely took a lot more time than we originally thought, but I think Doug made it so it was not unenjoyable by any sense. It was just a lot that has to be done in order to make it work, the program work for you. I think the biggest accomplishment is the way that we're all able to now work together in the platform. Beforehand, we had an Excel macro-based, and I think you can do this, but I don't think that we've had quite figured it out how to get multiple people into the estimate at the same time through Excel. And so that was always a little bit of a hindrance for who's going to jump into the estimate and work on it. For smaller projects, you're just doing it by yourself and there's not really anybody else that's going to be doing it. But for larger projects, larger pursuits, definitely need all hands on deck, and it's like, let's put everybody in the platform. Well, since we switched over to Destiny, it's been really simple to have everybody jump in, put in their scopes of work, build their assemblies, and not only, it's not just you jump in and you put some numbers in, it's like you jump in and you have ownership and responsibility in there. You have your signature on every single line item that you're putting in. And so if you're working with some of the senior estimators and they're looking at what you're putting in there, it's like you have ownership of that. So I think it really gave everybody that ownership and that responsibility to work together as a team, and I think that it's just brought our group a little bit closer together. 100%, yeah. I mean, there's just, especially if you're coming from an Excel-based platform, there's just so many advantages of a database-driven platform that has the assemblies that this has that will just make you more efficient. It just will. I mean, I've done estimates side by side with some folks from one being in Excel and I'm in Estimator, and I do it just as accurate, just as efficient, but definitely in half the time. I mean, it's just lets you spend more time on those high value tasks instead of the low value, mundane data entry type things that we all have to do and had to do in an Excel platform. And now it's like all those things are a little bit more automated. It builds them all together and packages them together a little bit nicer. It's just quicker. And I've done some demos for some different folks, not just in our office, but Beck Tech has asked me to jump on to some Teams meetings just to say, hey, can you guys show them how you guys use these assemblies? And I think that you can see even through a Teams meeting that people just, their eyes kind of get open and they're like, we need to be doing something like this, because this is definitely the next generation of estimating.